Rajesh Chandran is the outgoing Vice President of the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Students Association for Prince Albert campus. He has been a voice for the student body on campus and an enthusiastic participant in our student association while leading the external affairs portfolio. Raj is also an active member in the community, volunteering his time at various events, and serves as a member on an advisory committee for the City of PA. Raj is part of the first graduating class of the Hospitality and Tourism Management Postgraduate Certificate Program. Raj will now offer congratulations on behalf of the Student Association.
Thank you, Alice. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. As we gather here today, we acknowledge we are on Treaty 6 territory, the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. On behalf of the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Students Association, I extend my greetings to the guests, Saskatchewan Polytechnic leadership, faculty members, Jane, staff, friends, families, and the illustrious class of 2023. They deserve an applause. I was asked to share something inspiring and motivational as a part of my speech for the graduating students. Well, that is a tough one because if you have made it this far, successfully completed the post-secondary education program from a prestigious institution like Saskatchewan Polytechnic, you are surely motivated and inspired. You are heroes in your own right. I bow to your mighty journey and its success. So, it is not me who should be dispensing the words of wisdom. I would any day have it the other way around. But since it's an obligation, I'll go ahead and share my message. Okay, so as we complete our formal education today, I must remind myself and others like me today that the learning process is still on and it shall always be a lifelong pursuit. As the saying goes, learning is a process that begins from a mother's womb and ends in one's tomb. I came to Canada 18 months ago as an international student from India. I grew up in a school for blind children where my parents worked and lived. Now, it has been the best thing to have happened to me during my formative years. To live with my parents at the school for blind children in India, where the learning happened in the most beautiful abstract way. When I grew up, I met a beautiful woman who was pursuing her degree in nursing. We got married in the May of the year 2020, imagine that. Right after our marriage, she went on to serve in the COVID ICU ward at the peak of the pandemic, and she did that very fearlessly. So from my parents and my wife, I draw a lot of inspiration as they have devoted their lives to serving the larger purpose of the community and humanity at large. And that's an absolute clarity of thought on a sense of purpose that one should have in life. So when I arrived in Prince Albert in the January of 2022, I was alone and away from my family because my wife joined me 10 months later. And I did have a mild form of homesickness, depression, and the prairies weather in January did not help much either. So that's when I decided I must go beyond my daily ritual of academic grind, side hustle of a part-time job, and engage myself with the community. I started with my campus and explored avenues of engagement with the beautiful city of Prince Albert. I once signed up for a theater event. I had no prior experience in dramatics or theater before this event. I joined in as I did not want to be bored at home. The event was held on this very stage. We were two actors performing an act of two strangers meeting at an airport. A very kind gentleman offered to be one of the props or a dummy passenger, sitting behind me and the other main actor to make it look more realistic. Later on, I found out his name is Malcolm Jenkins. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can vouch for this, that volunteering for events is the real McCoy of social networking. With real likes and connections, it will help you find a sense of purpose, perhaps. So volunteering through music, art, sports, cooking, driving and talking, or whatever that you can do would lead the way to finding that sense of purpose. If you don't find it, it may find you. And to summarize it, I would like to say that we are going to be the force behind the workforce, but it is also important that we need to be the hand behind the help and the heart behind the hope. And I would like to quote the former president of India who said this: "Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character." I'll say that again. When there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. And when there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Thank you. Kinanasko mitinwa. I hope I said that correct. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj.